Rival coaches talking. A couple of greats back-to-back before Dipper. Bruce Dool started the second half. Bounce down. White goes up. Taps it down. Ratton grabs it. Kicks down towards half forward. Hickmott leads in the race. Closing quickly is Ward. Favoured by the bounce. Gets the hand pass away to Collins. Collins forward of the back pocket. Kicks it towards the outer side. Johnston almost. Hume falling to the ground. Played it brilliantly. Beaumont goes off his step. High ball back towards half forward. Hickmott launched himself from behind. And he's marked about 55 metres out. Favola wants it out to the left. It comes in that direction. He created some space, but a poor kick. Nicholson knocked it away. McKay taken to the ground. Jarred out of there. Walsh spins out of trouble. Comes back to Collins. Uze will go with the right boot. Not his preferred option. Wobbles it outside the 50. As a result, it's come unglued. Ratton, open goal beckons. Wide of the mark. It bounces down towards the goal line. Leoncelli takes it across.
It appears now that Welsh has gone on to Lappin, had a very good first half and kicked 3 goals for Carlton. Regoni may have the job now under Scott Camperale.
Well, Adam Uze, who you'd say is normally a pretty good user of the footy, today has been well off, Dougie. His efficiency rating at halftime was just 50%, and that won't help his stats. 17 points is the margin. Target from the kick in, Jeff White. McKay in front. White knew better than to mark that one. He made sure it went to ground. Over the top, Brown. Powell did pretty well. Leoncelli just banging it onto the boot as he's had to under pressure a bit today. Meeks in front. Manton right there with him. Meeks playing for it. Didn't have the supporting cast he needed. And McKay got through with the handball. Camperale hampered that time. Oh, McDonald had to go back into trouble. Only a half handball. Hamill is just tough. He just said, I'm coming through, and there's nothing else to it. Oh, great work, Ingerson. Oh, Woden was mounted. Free kick. High tackle. Shane Woden, who needs to get a lot more of the footy if Melbourne are to win this match. Leoncelli, they've started as they were earlier, a little scrappy. But now they've got run, they've got space, they've got Powell, who's got the ball, and he's got Schwarz just. So the sign's still not great for Melbourne. Schwarz, a bullet-like pass, doesn't get them much closer to home. More central, but the Blues have got their zone back, their defence, and that's into traffic. But White did well, stood up, takes the mark. So Stephen Silvani starting the second half after we saw him go to the rooms in the last couple of minutes before half-time. So obviously he's had some attention to what we think was an ankle. He's still got a few problems with it, talking to a trainer at the moment.
Big kick, White normally, Hutto, so I don't think the distance should be a problem here, maybe just the accuracy.
Jeff White, 15 goals, 8 he's kicked for the season. So pretty accurate. Boy, do the Demons need to get the first goal of this half. Green still the chance, needs Flew, Bruce, Gergic. He had a shot from here earlier. This time he's handball astray. Allen, McDonald put his body in. Allen kept on going. Good steal from Gergic. Walsh just too quick and haphazard with the kick. Out of bounds on the full.
Just for the Carlton supporters out there, Silvani's okay. He just had his ankle re-strapped there, but we know how tough he is.
Rice across the goal front. Hamill short. The man Dipper was speaking of, Silvani, one of the greats. Up towards half back to Allen. Now Allen decides to go. He's ambitious. Camperale back to the big man. Allen, the confidence is swelling. Favola on the wing down towards half forward. Whitnell comes on the lead. Ingerson did well, closed him down and knocked it across the boundary line. Carlton by 17 points early in the third term.
He's done a good job, Ingerson.
Heston's got it. Just watching the game, I mean, you're trying to get a sense of where it's at, and it really hasn't changed anything, really. I mean, some of the decision-making is still not great. Blokes are getting some easy ball. It hasn't been clean ball. And Hamill continues to work very hard.
Over the shoulder, so Hamill forward of the wing, pops it wide. Whitnell 60 metres from goal, sends it high towards the kick-off line. Favola had it knocked away by Nicholson. Angles it well out of bounds.
It's almost watching Favola down there. I mean, if it's not set up for the young fella, he's just not getting it. You wonder whether Porter coming back on there just might stretch it again. Just change it up a bit.
Especially the way he's marking today, Porter. His confidence would be high. Thrown in, White by himself, thumps it down in front while Woden turned cleverly by Hickmott. just as he was about to kick, no option but to trundle it across the line. And those figures way down on what he normally does. Shane Woden has had a very good season by any standard. 6 times this year, 30 or more possessions with a top of 34 against Geelong round 21. Hasn't seen much of it today. Fraser Brown deep, pulls it back. Powell at bounce. Took a Carlton bounce. Ingerson coming back, holding his breath in midair. Fingertips to it are behind.
Yeah, I know Jeff Farmer has struggled so far in this first half, but he's a match winner and he does play in burst. I just think you've probably got to bring him back on the ground. They need a little bit of spark up in their forward line, and we all know quite well he can do that. I'd rather see him back on the ground now.
Well, Demons forced to go short again from their kick-ins, as they have been for much of the day. Haven't been able to get too much penetration. Walsh. Nicholson pushing out wide. That's where he's going. Whitner will come over the top and take it well. So it opens up again for the Blues with Whitnell, although Melbourne have got plenty back in defence. And Whitnell finding it hard to find a target. That's not too difficult though. Lappin is off and might have got himself in trouble, but he had the poise to just get it onto the left boot. And Ratton in front takes the mark.
And Favola coming off there, Malcolm, and Porter going forward, I'd say.
They must be listening to the call here in the box. Blighty, I'm tipping.
He's recovered from his mistake before half-time, hasn't he, Malcolm?
Anthony, just call the footy.
Here's Ratton from 40 out. No mistake there. Blues on top.
Yeah, good setup. Lappin really has changed it. He's given them plenty of run and opportunity, and great kick from Whitnell. Great mark and set it all up, wasn't it? So he just takes him on. He's so confident at the moment. He's actually very hard to stop. And Ratton, as we know, is very good with the hands. And they've kicked the point, uncharacteristic one early in this quarter. That's an important goal for the Blues.
Now it's starting to get awkward as far as the Demons are concerned. White gets it down into the path of Powell. He was knocked over, so to Hume, and he's going to get a free kick. Hume in the side for Bradley, alongside the centre circle. No doubting that one. Men on towards half forward. Hume slow to move the ball, but eventually gets it to one of them, Hamill. He seemed to be there for an eternity. Aaron Hamill, 60 metres from goal. 64 plays 40. Melbourne on the ropes. Can Carlton finish them off? Whitnell will have a try from 20 metres out.
Yeah, some scary signs here for the Melbourne side. Maybe needs, I think Blighty mentioned a bit earlier, maybe needs to go to centre-half back, get him into the play, and you just got to get Jeff Farmer back on the ground. I think it's simple.
Schwarz into ruck can't be any worse than what I mean, White's not been a poor play, but just to change it up.
Put White forward, he's a marking option down there forward line.
Just do something different.
7 marks today for Lance Whitnell, kicking at his 3rd goal. Under a cloud all week. I think he's missed it. He's missed a couple close in.
Just watching Schwarz now move towards the centre of the ground. I thought he was going to go on the ruck there, Malcolm.
It's pretty hard with a kick out, Tip, but it still may happen. Yeah, certainly needs. You've got to do something just to change it up. The middle stuff's Ratton and Brown and Kemp really on top in that area, really.
Well, again, they did it hard. It was risky stuff. Lappin again has been the hero today, but that is not the kick of a hero. And behind, 26 points. The margin now, 9-12 to 6-4. Travis Johnson. Kick in, he might try and get it to Woden. He has to be good here. And now Woden's got plenty of competition. McKay! Beautifully read. It was all set up for him. He centres, not maybe such a great kick, but they're just taking everything. They are full of confidence. Hamill went very low, and that's a great slips catch. Travis Johnson.
It's been a great quarter too, Hamill. He's really got it going.
Let's have a look at McKay again. That was a beauty. And Travis Johnson coming up with one after Hamill's, which was also excellent. Demons pushing wide. Walsh from half back. They need something clean to go up forward. Bruce, who's presented himself well today, takes that mark. He's taken 3 marks for the day. Gets it up to 50. Schwarz, Silvani right there. Gergic, here's Neitz around the corner somewhat blindly. Into space though. Plenty of blues there. Silvani tried to take the mark, and why wouldn't he?
As I said at the outset, his 23rd final. Short, Camporelli across the goal front once more. Rice. Allen is breaking hard towards the outer side. Well-weighted kick. Allen, right half back, immediately plays on. Spots Hickmott up ahead. This ball will sit for him. Takes it, running down towards half forward. Pulls it back across the body inside the 50. Ingerson to the opposite side. White is free. He spots White. He'll come to him now. The next part of the equation could be Rigoni in the middle. Instead he comes to Woden. Rigoni is still on. He's got the ball now. Rigoni thought about feeding it back. He'll kick inside the 50. Coming from behind is Green. And he's taken this mark about 40 metres out directly in front. Well worked by Melbourne after Carlton broke down on the other side of the ground.
There's got to be a goal kick. He's kicked 22 goals this year, young Brad Green, and from this distance shouldn't be a problem. They need this to D's.
Saw him against, I think, the Kangaroos it was. He came on, took 3 marks and kicked 3 goals from about this distance. So I hope I haven't put the moz on him.
Exciting young sportsman. From 45 metres out, his side needing this one. He tries to will it through. 1 point, but he's missed. Half chance goes begging. Better than that. Full-blooded chance. 6-5, 9-12.
Farmer just getting a rub down on the boundary line down here. Maybe becoming on soon, Doug.
Is he injured, Dipper? He's okay?
No, he's not injured. No, he's okay.
Silvani in the back pocket. And back it goes to the square. Manton has done a great nullifying job on Neitz.
Do this most of the time.
Rice gets the man he wanted on half back, and they can go out wide or inboard. Out wide was the way they chose this time. Hume running with it, looking for Whitnell. Ingerson came late, did pretty well not to give away a free, according to the umpire. Allen didn't really have much on offer inboard. Collins was hard at it. Good work with the hands. Neitz looks like he might have gone into defence now, or else he's just going to get a kick. May be rewarded for that. No, the umpire saying that Hamill didn't have prior opportunity.
His confidence seems very low, David Neitz.
Which is a big contrast to the way he's been playing. He's had a terrific season, particularly since he's come back from injury.
Well, I reckon that's got to be a free kick. The right hand went over Whitnell's shoulder on that occasion.
McDonald overran it. This man has made very few errors for the day. Camporelli setting it up for Whitnell again. Good spoil that time, Ingerson. McKay had the pants pulled down, but he kept his composure. Hamill, it's a low bullet, and it is deadly accurate.
Oh, he's been terrific, Hamill. He's had a great third quarter. He's set the scene early with some tackles, and he's also got a lot of the footy. And now he's topped it off with a pretty good kick and goal.
He's had 6 kicks, Malcolm, in this quarter alone. One handball. He's had 4 marks off a half-forward flank and has kicked a goal. You're right, he's been outstanding. No doubt about that.
Aaron Hamill, 7 possessions in the term. Still 10.5 minutes from three-quarter time. Jeff Farmer.
Yeah, you replace Neitz. Neitz doesn't look injured. He's just sitting on the bench down here. Very strange move.
What throw him back?
Allen beaten by White. Charging in from the outer line there. Melbourne's Powell goes down. In fact, it's Uze who gets up hobbling. He came charging in off the line. He's going to get a free kick. Rigoni. Pardon me. They're all there, but Rigoni's got the free. Long kick inside the 50. Hangs a long time. Going back, Manton. Rocket Gibraltar back there. Mansfield. Camporelli breaks away. Kicking it up towards the wing. Here's that man Hamill again. He's got the run of it. Johnston closing. Hamill had it. Lost it. Johnston heads for the line. Not bad policy. Runs it across. 72-41. Carlton on top. And Melbourne now clinging on for dear life.
It's an amazing word, Malcolm, confidence. You see Glenn Manton, and normally he'd go and punch the ball, and he just took the grab on that occasion.
Well, he didn't have the tall on him this time, so he needs off the ground. Look, I still want to harp on it, but I've seen Schwarz actually go in the middle and actually change the game when they've got into trouble a couple of times. And not that White's, as I said, been poorly, but it's just not happening for him.
Collins
got
driving
out of control.
Collins down towards half. Got it from McDonald. There's going to be a free kick to Silvani, who came off limping just before half-time. He's got the free inside his own defensive 50. Goes short to Mackay.
They've got to kick 6 goals to get back on level terms without Carlton kicking one.
Mackay, it's a wobbly one. Whitnell is in front. It's just travelling hard through the air to Reed. Ingerson playing behind, but in the end, read the flight better. Well, what can Melbourne do? Ingerson just goes back and a half kick into the middle. Hume over the top of it, got it out. Beaumont fighting hard. Schwarz. Oh, he was just about to make the great escape. And umpire Derek Humphrey-Smith decided on a bounce.
Hutto just marks in Melbourne's forward line. Carlton's defence has taken 17 marks. Melbourne's only 8. They're lacking a marking option down their forward line at this stage.
Schwarz. Farmer. Can he provide something? He goes for the little pass, and it was pretty good thinking. And they just need to go back and try and convert this opportunity, get some confidence back and get back into the game. Farmer must have been tempted here to go for a bit of a run and try and do something himself, so he did the right thing.
Yeah, he stepped right there. The chip kick was there. Silvani nearly touched that one. Just got to kick a goal here.
Well, you'd almost say, even at this early stage, that this final is on the line for Melbourne with this kick from Anthony McDonald. Margin at 31, and it has been reduced significantly by that kick. Melbourne's 7th. And McDonald's first goal, 7-5, plays 10-12 at the MCG.
Yeah, Fraser Brown having a bit of a spell now. Freeborn back on the ground. This is the man who's got to get right in the action here, Jeff Farmer. Hasn't kicked a goal yet. He's a man who probably needs to kick 3 or 4 goals very, very quickly in his 3rd term to get the Dees firing up. Good play by Johnston and a good set-up goal by McDonald.
They stay in touch, barely. So important inside the centre square. Rucks go at it again. Allen has to wait. White came with the run, knocks it down. Silvani is waiting, lost it. Powell tried to get the hand pass away, delayed it, didn't come off. Freeborn, the hurried kick, bounces across to Allen. Silvani, brilliant vision out wide. Mackay can run down to the 50, kicks from 55. It's online. Nicholson gets back. Marks 2 metres out, wants to go and does. Uze's got the footy, running it around the boundary line. Nothing much up the ground, goes for distance. All Carlton. It'll be back quickly. Camporelli has it. Camporelli spots a man. Hamill having a blinder in this term. But how about Camporelli? Peeked inside the 50, saw what he liked, and hit the man with the footy.
I just thought Adam Uze just had to hold the play a little bit longer. There was no one really there to kick to. And he decided, as Dennis said, to try and kick the ball 80 metres. Just got to hold the ball a bit longer, wait for someone there for that option. Turnover.
Well, it had to be closer to the boundary line because out of bounds on the full in that situation is not a bad result. Anything to slow things down, as it was, pulled it back towards the middle. Camporelli, everything was open for him, and Hamill could be the beneficiary. What a term he's played. He's that sort of player, can ignite a team. That was the word we used last week. Here he comes, and he's missed again. The chances they've squandered to this end of the ground, Carlton, will they rue them at the final siren? Looking at that scoreline, you'd say not, but Melbourne, one thing is for sure, they've got plenty of leg and they will run this one out. Uze with the footy, 73 plays 47.
The only thing with Carlton, Dennis, they're not using up any luck today.
No, Uze thumped away out there by Hamill. It bounces inside the centre square. Leoncelli too slow over the ball. Not so Hamill. He crashed into that pack. And they tie it up. But Hamill playing inspired football.
Very unusual to see Leoncelli overrun the football on an occasion. That's his bread and butter stuff at ground level. He's had 18 touches, been pretty ruthless, had a pretty good first half.
They've just been so fierce, Carlton, and as the game's gone on, they have taken more and more control. And they certainly look like they will win this game. Melbourne need to get back into it. You'd think that probably need a few inspirational individual performances and try and get some confidence back in the rest of the team. Maybe it could flow from there. Carlton 10-13, Melbourne 7-5. We've got 6.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Allen, White, Rice, Camporelli again. Must be getting sick of it. Gets it down. Whitnell not quite. Ingerson. Uze, which way will he go this time? Closer to the boundary, yes, and he actually finds his man. So they're away. Liam Shelley kicks it to half forward. Good pushing and good shoving. And Cameron Bruce has been excellent at just doing that. Schwarz might go to the square. No, he goes for the pass, and it's good to Green. He's closer to goal this time. So he might be a better matchup for Manton as far as the Demons are concerned.
Been pretty good, Cameron Bruce on a half-forward flank. He's got to be that marking option now, particularly with David Leeds off the ground. Here we see Schwarz. He's a good hard leader, this young fella, Brad Green. Good pair of hands. And as we said before, Hutto, he's normally a very good kick for goal.
He's got a bit of the Matthew Lloyd's about him, hasn't he, really?
Yeah, he has. Yeah. Same number 18.
Fair rep for Brad Green.
He's got red in his jumper.
And he's got about 75 goals to go. And they all help.
Well, it virtually brings it back to square for this quarter, bar the points. 2 goals 5 Carlton have kicked compared to 2 goals 1. So those misses really have let Melbourne hang around with a sniff. And Schwarz getting a couple of kicks and a handball and a kick then really does make a difference. Farmer's got a kick, and now the youngsters come on and kick a goal. So key forward's getting a few touches.
I was talking visually. Visually, Malcolm.
Oh, visually.
Exciting young player, nevertheless.
Oh, yeah, sure.
10-13, 8-5. White up very high. Hume ran into a roadblock there, and down he goes. And another ball up alongside the centre circle. So Melbourne making their move, trying to work back into this. They trailed by 20. The margin at half-time was 16. At quarter-time, it was 6 Carlton's way.
I reckon that's great for Melbourne. They were fighting then just so who could give the ball back to the umpire. They've got to show a bit of that physicality, Doug.
To show a bit of spirit and a bit of passion. You're right, Hutto, here. Chamo Woden's trying to tag Ratton. Franchina's trying to tag Woden.
In front, Porter knocks it down. Again, they're going nowhere. And again, umpire Mitchell will come in and ball it up. Woden has been tested today and so far has been found wanting, certainly by his lofty standards. Not much of the footy. They need him now. White goes up, backhanded down by Porter. Hume quickly away. The kick comes from Ratton wide. Leading in the race is Walsh. Left it behind. Well played by Lappin. The hand pass across towards McKay. This is Nicholson taken front on. Crashing in out there was Hume. Still Nicholson tied up between he and McKay. And the umpire will go across and bounce it yet again.
Now, Dougie, when you were tagged, mate, I mean, how did you break the tag? Just kept running, kept moving along?
Yeah, keep running, Dipper. But back in those days, you're allowed to let them know what was going on. These days, you can't do that.
And don't I know that?
And you were a great communicator. Porter knocks it down. White, was he held without it? Ratton again, getting in and getting the hard ball. That's twice in close. Hamill inadvertently off his boot, follows up deep in the pocket. This would be something. Well, he sets it up towards the kickoff line. That's got to be a free kick to Melbourne. Hickmott launching himself from behind Travis Johnston, right in his back.
Oh, he's got himself into trouble. He had to concede the behind. We'll come back and have a look. Johnston saying he didn't think he played on, but he had to handball it through in the end after he was tackled.
Well. Almost a calamity, wasn't it, really?
Could have been completely disastrous for Melbourne, who cannot afford to give away any goals at the moment, let alone one like that. So it's still 8-5 to 10-14, and the Demons have kicked it in safely and found Andrew Lee and Shelley's mate Guy Rigoni at centre half back. He goes straight down the middle to centre half forward. Whitnell pushing right back. Silvani helping out. Beaumont as they build through the middle. Porter or Freeborn. He's had the fumbles today. Long kick penetrating. No one there. No one there except Anthony Ingerson, because Whitnell had pushed down the other end of the ground. 3 minutes to go in the quarter. If Melbourne could get one more, it would just give them something to go into the last quarter. Powell with the mark. Carlton have pushed well back. Whitnell is on his own back inside the 50. Silvani up the ground. He might take it and run away. So the Blues, who were suddenly going defensive, can now just hold up play a bit and let their forwards all get back to where they've been playing. Whitnell's was on for a pass, but we saw a loose man, Silvani, instead. A bit of a shambles at the moment, the Demons. Just Lappin takes it, still outside 50, and waiting. Melbourne still with their extra defenders back. Lappin could kick a goal from there. He doesn't try, or if he did, he made a meal of it because it's close to the line and now out of bounds.
Jeff White's just got to get right into this game. He's only had the 5 kicks, 4 handballs, and only taken 2 marks. He's a player that has to lift his work rate to get that midfield going as well.
Carlton by 21 points. Boundary throw in. Porter battling with Nicholson. Porter at the second attempt flicks it down behind. Hickmott lays it off, taken by Ratton, who snaps. Falls well short. White's got it to the pocket. Johnston. Plenty of Blues up ahead. He spots that, so he checks, pulls it back towards the middle. Still Carlton. They're in number. And Beaumont takes the mark. A wall of blue across the centre of the MCG. Beaumont to Fletcher. Good talking, Dipper. Fletcher, 60 metres out, sets it up. Hamill attacked it hard, but going back with courage is Walsh. Clock running down to 3/4 time. Just over 2 minutes to the break. Walsh towards the outer side. Now a chance for Melbourne. Powell to Uze. Uze forward of the wing. Kicks to half forward. Camporelli sensing the danger. Getting across in front of the leading Schwarz. Camporelli off his step. The experience. It's been in evidence all day. Around the outer side. The long kick from Houghton inside the 50. Offhands Nicholson to Powell. Slips it away to Walsh. Walsh left half back. Schwarz. Uncontested. Squares the ball. Poor effort. Surrounded by Melbourne players. Franchino slipped in to take the mark to Ratton. Ratton down towards half forward and Hume. Will they pay the price here? Hume spots a man just inside the 50. Houlihan. He had about 3 choices. Caught on the rebound, Melbourne. And now Houlihan can punish them.
There's no excuses for field kicking. Uncontested. You're on your own. You've got to find a target. I mean, there's just no excuse for that. 3 or 4 times in that last bit of play, Melbourne tried to go forward, and their field kicking has let them down, and the decision-making has been shocking.
So young Ryan Houlihan has the chance inside the last minute in this 3rd quarter to just make it very, very tough. Although that might make the distance. It wobbles and wobbles. And still a chance. Trying to keep it alive. Fletcher, Houghton. Well tackled. Was it holding the ball? It was. Just wasn't quite sure whether to have a shot or whether to handball it there.
It'd go 35 yards, that kick. Lucky.
White on the outlet. 74 playing 53. They've got 25 seconds to try and score a goal. Green a long way up the ground this time. Goes long to centre half forward. Beaumont did well to come through, but Robertson, Woden, quick look over the shoulder. Farmer's down there. He's got 10 seconds to do something. Instead, Dean Rice takes it. And that will be all for the 3rd quarter as far as scoring is concerned, unless... No. Siren sounding. 10-14, 74 Carlton. Melbourne 8-5-53. They dominated, but on the scoreboard, they couldn't make the most of it. The margin 21 points at 3/4 time. Franchino will be looking around, won't know what to do.
He's done a great job, Franchino, and David Neath's very important this quarter. He is starting on the ground. He's starting in the full forward.
Where's Franchino? Probably thumping his chest. There he is. Well, close. Start of the final term. 10-14, 8-5. What can Melbourne muster? Down by 21 points. Opening bounce. White tried to step around Allen. Allen slapped it down. McDonald shrugs off a tackle. Taken high. Must get a free kick. And they make no concessions, Carlton. Franchino pouncing on McDonald as he went to ground. McDonald thinks about it. Comes out wide. Phoebe meters in the clear. Can take it and go. Steve Phoebe's away then, running down towards half forward. They need some marking forwards. Green has been the best of them. And he's marked it again. Well, he's been really the only forward for them that's taken a mark overhead. Bruce on the lead, Green in the air. Two of their rookies have been their best forwards today so far.
Exciting young talent, Melanie.
Well, he is. He's just got that ranginess about him, hasn't he? I mean, Beaumont's not overly tall, but he's not small either. But he's just got that extra few centimetres.
Does he remind you of anyone?
He's a left footer.
Yeah.
Here's Green from 20 metres out. No, just the way he moves. A long way to go yet. Melbourne need this goal, and he obliges. Great start for the Demons.
And they won the ball in the centre of the ground through carelessness as he watched Phoebe set up this kick. And really was just a kick in hope for one of the talls, and that's what it was. Need to win the ball down the centre.
Yeah, he's kicked 2 goals now, Brad Green, and seems very dangerous down their forward line. Jeff Farmer's the man that really got to fire this quarter. He's got to work a lot harder.
So the Demon supporters making plenty of noise. Can they get a run on? Carlton looked to be away when they led by 5 goals. But now, suddenly, they're within striking distance, perhaps, if they can get it out of the middle. Still, they have a chance. Ward didn't give it up. Did well. Kicked into a contest. Bruce has been out-marking Mansfield on most of the one-on-one situations. And again, he goes to Green, just overrunning it. Beaumont's his opponent now. Well wrapped up. Very well wrapped up. And the umpire had the whistle to the mouth, but he wasn't willing to go through with it. And Brad Green argues the point.
Would have been a very courageous decision to give that against the player there, the Carlton player.
He didn't really drag it under. It sort of fell under, didn't it, more than anything?
Seen 15 like it today. If he pulled that,
Here we go.
he should have been pulled off.
He drags it in.
Yeah, he's trying to tap it out. Yeah, trying to tap it out. Yeah,
yeah,
goes
it
out.
comes out.
Yeah.
Yep, no,
Good
fair
decision.
enough. So, 40 metres out from goal. There's still a chance, Leoncelli. Bruce this time couldn't take it. Farmer, can he give them something? He's got about a metre of space to work in. Phoebe just got the ball where he needed to, and again, it's Green. This time, though, the angle is very, very tight.
Another shot, son.
A bit of pressure.
Oh, it's Beaumont then. Why actually didn't he chase him when he started the lead? Just as the switch off.
Yeah, just stopped.
He looks for instructions and is told by his experienced captain and vice-captain, have a shot.
It's an easy game if you're forward. No one actually puts any pressure on him when the ball comes in.
He stands with the margin at 15. And now it's reduced. What a kick from the young Brad Green. Oh, it's easy being Green.
Well, for a left footer, it'd be fair to say he's on the wrong side. I think he'd prefer to be on the other side of the ground. This is the man I mentioned a bit earlier. He has to lift his work rate and get himself into the game. Great spot there by Stephen Phoebe. He's had a couple of very important touches off a half-back flank. Brad Green now has kicked 3 goals. He's fired up.
Brad Green and Andrew McKay. Very close, as you can see. Green, 3 second-half goals. That last one, a terrific kick. White, the margin just 9 points now. White goes after it again. Leoncelli falls on top of it. Carlton down towards their half-forward line. Off the ground by Camporelli. Lappin picks it up 30 metres from goal. A hand pass to Slick. It wanders down towards the pocket. Collins pursues it. Controls it now, Collins. With some time. Took too long. Dragged down. Holding the ball. Well, he had time. He wanted more. Carlton deep in the pocket with the free. Favola applied the tackle. He's got the kick. A youngster at one end, kicking a fine goal just moments ago. Green. Can Carlton respond in kind? McKay realises the importance of Green, but now the Blues chasing a goal. Favola misses near side. It's all happening at the G. 75 plays 65. And that's a token of respect in its way. one of the best men going around. McKay a little bit rattled by Green. He's testing him. He's testing him on another level. Meanwhile, at the opposite end, Carlton being tested. Johnston pops it out wide. Nicholson up towards half-back. They need to keep their collective heads now, Melbourne. Nicholson, the high ball. That's a terrible kick. Whitnell camped underneath it. Walsh gave a contest. Powell wrapped up immediately by Beaumont. Spills across to Uze. Hurried kicked out of half-forward. Brilliant pick up by Fletcher. He was pushed in the back, and he must get a free kick.
So Fletcher from half-back. He's got Mansfield in short, or he might go longer. No, hesitation. Margin is 10 points at the MCG. We've been going 6 minutes in the last quarter. He goes high, looking for Whitnell. Ingerson right there with him. Made the spoil. He's done a great job. Johnson can take it away. He's done a good job since he's come on. Powell, a wobbly one, a tough one to mark. Great defensive work by Manton. Allen, a handball. Watch out. He just got the handball away. It was great. McKay, well wrapped up. The pressure's starting to show. Bruce, can he kick a goal? He went quickly and kicks the goal. They're in it now. Oh, they are in it now. 4 points the difference at the MCG. What a blistering start to this quarter.
I was just about to have a go at young Johnston for giving the handball across to Powell, because Johnson is that kicker and probably better skilled in that area than Powell. But McKay, they're under enormous pressure. The screw kick.
Well, I comment, Matthew Allen jumping in the middle has been very average. I mean, I don't know why they just don't put quarterback on. They've lost a lot of power just at the moment, and he's just lumbering around the ground. He really needs to work hard with his jump, get some real domination in there.
We saw the jousting of Green and McKay. It may have been Green's concentration that held, and McKay's that snapped. It was a poor hand pass, most uncharacteristic. White goes up, gets it down to Powell. Melbourne dig it out of the centre again, down towards half-forward Leoncelli. 55 metres out, it bounces down towards full forward. Green taken down by McKay, held in there, and a bounce about 20 metres out. Strong tackle got him down, and Green was going nowhere.
I'd bring Hickmott down to the back line now. I would just bring him down maybe to pick up a Cameron Bruce type player.
Great fight back by the D's. Carlton leading by just 4 points. Melbourne doing well in the centre. Schwarz emerges, gets it away. Is that a free? Farmer's over the ball. Plenty of company, going nowhere. Eventually emerging with it, Leoncelli kept it going. Hume, though, in the opposite direction. Houlihan drives it around the outer side and bounces it out of bounds. Boundary throw in. 75 plays 71. Still stacks of time. And this crowd have got their money's worth. Over 75,000 today. The atmosphere here, and now the big finish coming up. Allen slaps it down. Hume on his knees. Gets it out eventually, taken by Schwarz. 52 metres from goal. Appeared to be tripped by Hickmott, who was on the ground. It was quick thinking. Schwarz going nowhere. Beaumont over the top. Eventually Mansfield gets the kick up towards midfield.
So now the fight on for it in the middle of the ground. Phoebe, Brown got in his back, or holding the man. That's the decision of the umpire. Won't pay the advantage. Collins was trying to escape with it. He'll have to come back. Phoebe. No one on the mark.
And Jeff White's found room.
Yeah, but he's not in a direct line towards the goals. Everybody is forward of him, and now he goes to White. Everybody is forward of the kicker. White into a very crowded forward line. Farmer! Oh, he climbed the heights. Couldn't take the mark. Was that hanging on? No, it wasn't. Bruce still goes again. Farmer will try and apply the pressure. Ratton kicked it away.
Farmer's hurt himself, boys. Was like a hamstring or something.
Well, I'm not surprised. He was so high.
Well, he had to be penalised anyway, didn't he? Fletcher kicks it up towards the wing. Favola spoils. Houlihan's hand pass untidy. Ratton tries to knock it across to support. Everybody is falling down. Rigoni grabs it. High ball back towards the middle. Oh, great mark, Leoncelli. Wanted to go. It wasn't paid. He tried to hand pass it. Nothing doing. The bodies go in. Powell at the base of it. Ward is pleading his case. The umpire wants it. Well, the umpire's letting them play. But what about Farmer moments ago? This has to be a free kick, doesn't it? Yeah. On the way down as the ball arrives.
Yeah, pretty ordinary, Dennis. I have to agree. Got to give the bloke go for the in front some chance.
You don't have to agree. Here's Ward. You sound so unhappy. Ward down towards half forward, bounces it out. A throw in. And Carlton now absorbing some punishment from Melbourne.
Yeah, I'll just go back to that third quarter now when, you know, Carlton really had the opportunities to nail the game. And if you don't, at this level, next level up, you can get burnt on the way back.
What a frenetic start it's been to the last quarter, and it's been all the Demons so far. Suddenly the pressure right back on the Blues, and so many players are getting around the ball. In this last quarter, Melbourne have had 19 kicks to 8, and Carlton 11 handballs to 6. So possession-wise, the Demons certainly inside 50s, as you can see there, on top. And on the scoreboard, they've cut the margin back to 4 points. Just outside 50, Rigoni charging through. Franchina suddenly with no one to go to, with Woden on the bench. Schwarz throwing himself around. Hickmott under pressure. Camporelli, oh, brilliant stuff. Releasing Franchina onto the wing, still to a one-on-one contest. Ingerson just desperate. He's been that way all day, and they might get away. Oh, that's a fierce tackle on Walsh. High tackle.
Wow.
Let's have a look. Well,
very stiff, Franchina.
Very stiff. 11 and a half minutes gone in this last quarter. 4 points the difference. It's the big one on Sunday afternoon.
Walsh down towards half forward. Meets on the lead. Manton, who's been his master, knocked it away. Ratton nicely done. Mansfield deep in his own defensive area, up towards the wing. Lappin, the game he's played. Carlton needing to steady. A goal would be terrific. Over the top for Bowler, spilt it. No second chances now. Collins latches onto it, hooks it across the body up towards the wing. Helped on its way out there. Knocked across the line. Boundary throw in.
And Matty Allen coming off, Dennis, and Porter looks like he'll be finishing off the game for the Blues. And Hamill's still in trouble on the bench down here. We won't be seeing him back on the ground.
Walsh gained about 15 metres with that thump on. Schwarz, clean possession. The confidence mounting with every possession for Melbourne. Leoncelli hard against the line, hoisted high inside the 50. Neitz needing a mark, and he's responded. The first time today, one-on-one, he beat Manton. Manton's been terrific, but Neitz has got the footy.
Farmer's
Green
by
wants
himself.
it towards the middle. Farmer is back in the square, but Neitz with the darting eyes settles. The side trails by 4 points. Still plenty of time. 11 and a half minutes to go. Who will play Brisbane? Who will get the rest? Who will grab the psychological advantage from this one? Neitz deep. The man on the mark will meet him halfway. This would be something. A captain's kick. Can he put Melbourne in front? David Neitz from on the boundary. It'll fall in short. Schwarz was up. Bounces off his chest. Hume hand passes towards the line. And that will do for a moment.
Yeah, what they're doing here, the D's at the moment too. Jeff White's playing a kick behind the plays, that loose man behind the play, and what they're trying to do now is trying to find White with a switch kick. It could be on.
Schwarz trying to do it himself. Was always going to be under pressure there. Numbers with the Blues, and they're out of trouble just for the moment. Mansfield using Whitnell, who's got some space in front of him, but not much else. Not much else at all. He just drives it long, looking out wide for Favola, but he was outnumbered. And they made a bit of a meal of it, the Demons. White did well, but only for a moment. Suddenly there's Blues swarming everywhere, and they wrap it up. And eventually the umpire will have to blow the whistle. 50 metres out from goal. Suddenly it's Carlton into attack. We're not even at the halfway stage of this last quarter, though, so plenty of time. Carlton in control for almost all day. Unbelievably lead now by just 4 points. Porter trying to get them forward. Beaumont around the body. It's one-on-one stuff down there. Good work. Nicholson left his man and found his man in Johnson, who's away with a couple of players in support, and Rigoni on his own on the wing. He looks up. Again, it's all one-on-one stuff up there. No extra men back. Farmer, Rice. Oh, a little fumble from Farmer. Rice tumbled over the line, and it's out.
Anthony, just watching that ball up here, which Porter won the toss, won the tap, and did it beautifully. As soon as that happened, the kick went forward. All the Melbourne players just peeled off out wide, backing their men to get it. And when you really can't kick the ball under pressure in that situation,
Oh, Farmer, he was devoid of space, and the Blues, didn't get away. Camporelli, lucky not to be pinged for holding the ball. Long kick needs, almost, not quite, and the ball out of bounds.
They're trying to get Favola off the ground, so Houghton will move far forward here.
Camporelli, let's have a look at this. He had plenty of prior opportunity. Did he get a hand to the ball or a foot? No, he didn't.
Well, what about a high tackle?
Bit high from David
Well,
Schwarz,
one way or the other,
Bit
yeah.
high.
Had to be one way or the other. The ball in the square and in the danger area.
Oh, Uze
has scored. They are in front. They are in front. They've come from nowhere, and Melbourne are in front.
As we watch this again, Schwarz does well with a fist, and then just a soccer off the ground for Uze. You'll see the boot come in. It's actually got him down below the shin almost. And I don't reckon they've come from nowhere, Anthony. I mean, they were 4 or 5 goals in the day's footage, not disastrous. Carlton just didn't score the goals they needed.
Just didn't appear to be playing well, Malcolm, did they? Malcolm just didn't appear to be playing well, and Franchina now has got the job on Uze. He did a great job, of course, on Shameway Roden.
It's not
4
over.
goals in the final term. Melbourne have got the lot. White goes up, fisting down towards half forward. Silvani leads back in the race. Kept his head. Mansfield didn't. Smothered. Ricochets towards Bruce. Silvani again. Comes out to Bruce. He's over the ball. Green surrounded. Very slick. Mansfield kicks into a teammate this time. It comes back to Green. He snaps and he's 4th. But I think he's got it. 4 since half time.
Well, we've all seen games change, but when you get a very experienced player like that, get his kick smothered late in the game twice, you will certainly pay the penalty.
Just reckon, Malcolm, maybe that lack of awareness around you. I mean, once again, there, Michael Mansfield. For a veteran, it'll be better than that.
Well, there's Michael Mansfield. And that is the scoreline, 13-5 to 10-15. Still 9 minutes of actual time to go. White thumping it. Ward, they're just winning all the one-on-ones at the moment. Streaming forward, Ward. Long kick, lace out. He's got it again. He has got it again.
Hey, you can't... You know that bounce then? That annoys me in this game. I mean, it's supposed to be a 50-50. Have a look at this. You tell me that's cricket and I'll play fair. That's garbage for umpires. They should recall them. That'll cost someone a grand final soon.
Well, in the meantime, Brad Green could kick his 5th. Almost reminds you of Matthew Lloyd, the way he's kicking these goals. 8 points is the margin. Melbourne are blitzing Carlton. Will the momentum continue? No. And just as it cost Carlton dearly in the 3rd quarter and the 2nd, perhaps that sort of miss
Look
will
at
cost
this.
Melbourne.
I mean, give someone a chance to get there.
Was a shocker.
Ah, well, at this time in the game, I mean, umpires, Jeff Geeson, if you're listening, give it away and throw it up. Why mess a game up with that?
Him personally. Hume around the outer side, low down. Allen.
Yeah, Allen just come back on the ground now. Dennis replacing Porter.
84-75. Melbourne on top. The stakes are high. Allen chips it up towards the wing. Coming on a hard leader, searching leaders. Beaumont tumbles to the ground. Squares the ball. Silvani. No dog for a hard road. Pushing up. Mansfield. Well, his last 2 kicks were smothered. This one he goes close to. Tantalisingly close to Farmer. But hasn't worked out almost to mark the Houghton. No free kick. Powell grabs it out of defence. Spirals it towards the outer side. Brilliant effort. Farmer hit the ground running. Uze bounding around the outer side. How's that for brilliance? Uze and Farmer working in tandem. Farmer short to White. Didn't carry. White falling to the ground. Tries it get back across towards Farmer. Didn't come off. And as a result, the moment passes and the ball comes out to Beaumont from Franchina.
Hamill off the ground too, if you look at his game today. I mean, it's been a disastrous loss for him. take out Koutafidis, take out Bradley. And I know Melbourne have had a couple of injuries. They've been pretty settled for most of the second half of the year. I mean, all that starts to eat into you a bit.
Well, it has. And Freeborn going long. Ratton, 1-2, not quite. Silvani to ground. Demons everywhere. McDonald found a path through. They're handling the ball surely now. They weren't early. Ward then does and smothers. Johnson, handball back to Ward. Powell just couldn't get it to his left boot. Goes again. Well done. McKay, though, strong. Trying to charge through. They'll hold it up. It'll suit the Demons. 6 minutes 40 on the clock, and still it goes.
I think you're right, Hutto, about early in the game they couldn't find their targets. I think the one word we can use maybe is a lot of confidence. They're just confidence just high at the moment, and all playing very, very good footy.
Schwarz, well done out of the ruck. Houghton trying to get them moving. Ratton, earlier he was breaking clear. Now he's wrapped up.
Malcolm, Melbourne certainly haven't changed their game plan. They just want to share the ball and just get the run through the lines.
Yeah, Jeff White's got some beautiful wax forward, just kind of confident in running.
Bounce inside the centre square. The big man lock up again. Schwarz dropped the ball at his own feet, goes after it in the opposite direction. Rice, eventually it comes out to Hume. Nicely worked across to Fletcher. Fletcher's long kick well inside the 50. Bounces off Silvani. It comes across to Phoebe. Well played by Ingerson. Phoebe goes out wide. It's missed out there by Rigoni. Camporelli and Rigoni, the battling paisanos. When the ball goes out of bounds, we'll have a throw in.
It's amazing, Dennis. 3 attacks forward as we watch this little fun ball there. Oh, straight through.
The look away mark.
Yeah, Favola, Houghton and now Silvani have almost marked the ball in their forward line, but they haven't. They've dropped them. It's a difference. Tight.
Camporelli tied up by Leoncelli. They're all there. Unmoved. Lee Matthews looking on. His side will play the loser. At the moment, it could be Carlton. Just over 5 minutes to go. 9 points the margin. White goes up only as far as McKay, who trundles it across the boundary line. Another throw in.
Got to kick 2 goals really to win it, don't they?
And they're struggling up forward. White has been brilliant in this final term, battling with Allen. Ratton at close quarters, got it away. Hume off his step, kicking down towards half-forward. It's very gloomy now. Over the top, Ward couldn't hang on. This is Houlihan. Gets through, 40 metres out. Houlihan, there's a sting in the tail. Houlihan gets the goal.
Well, I think it's what the game needed, to be honest. So, you know, I think everyone thought that this game would be the best toss of the coin odds as we talked about the start of the game, Dennis. And it certainly turned out like that. At stages, you thought that Carlton had under control. You even thought at stages that Melbourne had under control. And it's really, it's uncharacteristic goals that are going to do it, though. You can't see a big mark coming from anywhere. It's really just running the ball forward and hopefully getting a crumb.
So Woden back on the ground and Walsh off.
3 points the difference. Carlton led by 6, 16 and 21. Now find themselves trailing by 3 points. Who got it out of the middle? Johnson well wrapped up. Well wrapped up. 4 minutes 45 on the clock. And it's a nervous time for all concerned. David Parkin and Wayne Britton. Allen. Nothing clear. McKay back in the middle, back in the heart of play. Johnson thumping it away. Powell got a tough bounce, left it behind a little bit. McKay strong but couldn't take it. Schwarz has fought back from his earlier hilarious play and hits the ball towards Green. Not quite able to find him. Beaumont kept his feet, did it well. Free kick and it's going. It is going to Carlton. And Fletcher takes the result and has got it at half back and can run with it. Runs his measure to half forward. Whitnell one-on-one with Ingerson. Good spoil again, Ingerson, but Ratton. Suddenly the Blues perhaps got a bit of confidence back after kicking a goal. It's all wrapped up for a moment, but Camporelli emerges.
Oh, look at this.
Hume all on his own.
Oh.
The world ahead of him, Darren Hume, and he didn't race it. No, he didn't. He finds Lance Whitnell. And Whitnell, who was excellent early until he had Ingerson move on to him, has been quiet since. He's kicked 2 goals too, and has taken 8 marks. Now has the chance to put them back in front.
Great vision, Camporelli. He's had 24 kicks. Brilliant vision.
So the Blues have responded in the best possible way.
Oh, some game.
What a quarter. Whitnell's kicked 3. Carlton back in front at the MCG.
And it is still not over. You wouldn't actually like to still call it. I mean, fantastic, wonderful play from Camporelli. And Hume, I thought, would have kept running. He didn't. And this is where Whitnell's at his most dangerous, when he can cut the angles and work the space. And he missed an important goal in that third quarter, kicked the point, which really could have almost got him away, skipped him away, and it's a great kick in the end.
Was he in the selected side, Hume, or did he replace Bradley?
Replace Bradley.
He's had 29 touches.
Yeah.
He has been outstanding.
Scott Camporelli likewise, 29 touches. The rucks go at it. Allen and White, still plenty of time. Forcing a passage, Uze inside the centre square, kicks down towards full forward, going back is Neitz, getting a fist on it. Down there was Manton, in from the side, Mansfield, loose ball in the pocket, Liancelli snaps a goal. Melbourne back in front.
Well, the script continues.
This is
unbelievable.
This is why, Malcolm, this is the best game in the world, football. It is just a ripper. Have a look at this.
Well, we were talking
Goal for goal.
off here at 3/4 time. It had been a pretty ordinary game, a game of mistakes. And yet this last quarter has been amazing. Melbourne back in front. 14-6 to 12-15.
Centre bounce so important. Allen really needs to get his hand on the footy here.
3 minutes to go. This one favours Allen, but White with the momentum. Hickmott, quick kick, Blues into attack. Whitnell, not quite. Lappin wrapped up. Ingerson doing 2 jobs there. Made the spoil and then produced the tackle. We're under 3 minutes. It's getting dark at the MCG.
Got his hands off the ball today, Hamill, hasn't he? I mean, he's Whitnell,
Whitnell,
sorry.
yeah,
just that pressure, extra pressure.
Well, Allen got the tap, but Uze Woden had a horror day, but he's back on the ground now. Penetration, Neitz, the captain. Oh, just couldn't get it on the second bite. Blues turn. Here's Lappin off half back, working it well. Houghton's kick to centre half forward. Whitnell, can Ingerson spoil again? Didn't have to in the end. Woden outnumbered, terribly outnumbered. Did well to get Rigoni. Now Liancelli, and they are away. McDonald up to half forward. It's very wide. Green kicked 4 goals and had 4 opponents. Swings it inboard. Liancelli looking around. There's 2 minutes to go. The Demons, oh, it's a long time to play keepings up for. Schwarz decides he won't. Goes long, keeps it in towards the boundary. Farmer, not quite. Bruce, can he pick it up? Farmer's got it. He's outnumbered, goes towards the boundary again. Green, I'm sure, will take it over and does. 1:45 on the clock.
Farmer a bit stiff there too, appeared to be held by the arm.
Yeah, you're right there, Dennis. It looked like his arm was held.
Yeah, I think so. The one nearest Rice. Boundary throw in. Melbourne by 3 points. Woden reaches over the top. Hurried kick, high ball, wanders down towards the boundary line. Was it touched?
Yes.
It was, just inside the field of play, and that's a great result for the Demons. 1:37 remaining. Both coaches riding it out now. So much on the line. Schwarz and Allen.
Carlton to win it, Dennis. I'll have to switch play.
Knocked out of there by Liancelli across the goal face. Bruce, an unlikely hero, the rookie. The rookie. Melbourne by 9 points. A pair of unlikely heroes embrace. Green and Bruce. They've made their mark on the season. They've made their mark on their second qualifying final.
Well, he just proves, Malcolm, you're never out of the game. I thought Carlton was stages where Carlton were just going to win the game and win the game fairly easy. I think I mentioned they missed some easy shots for goal. They kicked 12 goals, 15. Melbourne 15 goals, 6. That's the difference. The kick-off goal let them down, Melbourne.
Yeah.
Well, Carlton led by 21 points at 3/4 time. Now they have to kick 2 goals in 1 minute and 20 seconds. Schwarz is going to try and stop that. Rigoni Uze to unload to the square. Neats. Didn't take it again. Here's Ratton. The Blues, the transition has to be quick. There's still time if they get it down and then get a goal and go again. Out wide, well chopped off Phoebe. Every little kick, every little handball, every little lunge, so important at this stage. Ward takes it into safety and out towards the boundary and down to Bruce again. Cameron Bruce takes the mark and he'll take his time. And unless they do something incredibly stupid, Melbourne will be through to the preliminary final. What a comeback. A stunning comeback by the Demons. 15-6-96 to 12-15-87. Cameron Bruce just going long into the darkness, into the pocket. Allen trying to keep it going. Beaumont, well tackled Gergic. Pressure on the Blues at every turn now, and the ball out of bounds.
It's got away, and they know it. They can taste it. And he's celebrating. A sweep. More to follow. Watch this space. Schwarz, clean possession, dying seconds. Feeds it in, looking for Woden. Thumped out of there by Fletcher. Spills across the back to Manton. Wait for the siren. The ball on the outer side. Great come from behind. Victory Melbourne. D is for delighted. They were down by over 30 points and they have prevailed. So many young faces in there and so many young players important in the scheme of things today. They chiseled out the result. Bruce's late goal. Green after half-time, superb on the